dreamers, and welcome back to Chef's Choice. I've been waiting for some Eurovision news or songs to talk about, but of course it's still too early for that. And even Junior Eurovision is still lacking one of their entries. Only Germany just released yesterday 6 out of possible 8 artists for their national selection, so I will react to them soon. The only other news are that Bulgaria is the only country withdrawing from the contest, bringing the participating countries to 42, which is sad, but it happens. Also, this year's motto, Dare to Dream, has been released, but as every year, on its own it's so ambivalent that it doesn't serve as a prognostic tool to make assumptions about the stage or graphic design in Tel Aviv. If you'd like to hear my opinion on all of the above once they are ripe to talk about, I'd be happy if you subscribed to my channel and click the bell icon. But what can I talk about at this point? Why not talk about something that happened exactly 20 years ago? The end of live music. We are in the year 1998, where Israel won the Eurovision Song Contest in Birmingham with Dana International's Diva. It was apparently the first winning song that was performed without a conductor and an orchestra, and 1 year later in Jerusalem, live music has disappeared completely, along with the national language rule. The song contest started with mandatory submissions of arrangements to be played live during the show. This rule has been opened up in 1973 to allow pre-recorded backing tracks, but since the orchestra was still very visible during the performances, they had to fake play along so it doesn't look like it's pre-recorded. But most countries still used entirely or at least partially the orchestra to accompany their performances for many years, and there was no sign of having a backing track improved anyone's chances of winning. And then came the 90s, when the song contest kind of fell into a midlife crisis. Many countries, especially Germany, desperately wanted to make the contest younger and more modern and more appealing to the audience. This led to changing the French name of the contest, Grand Prix Eurovision de la Chanson, that was used in many countries, to what we now know as the Eurovision Song Contest. But more importantly, it led to Germany as one of the big five to put pressure on the EBU to push several changes in the rules of the contest, including the elimination of the juries in favor of televoting, the end of the language rule, and the elimination of live orchestra or live music in general. As the Big Five tend to do, they basically threatened the EBU with withdrawal if they don't apply with these new rules. In regards to live orchestrated music, there have been named several reasons over the years, from high expenses to newer pop music not being able to be played by regular instruments, or delegations not trusting a foreign orchestra that they never worked with to play the song as they wanted to, etc. Many of these reasons have been addressed by a suggestion of a Dutch conductor who basically offered the Metropole Orchestra as the official orchestra of the contest. The Metropole Orchestra was trained in pop music and it was owned and paid by the Dutch broadcaster in a yearly contract. So there wouldn't have been additional costs for the host countries, and participating delegations could get used to working with the same orchestra every year. But this proposal didn't find attention. So what do I think? Should we bring back the orchestra or not? For 20 years, no music has been played on the Eurovision stage, despite half the countries performing with fake instruments. The only audible thing that happens live is the singing, despite hiding most of the background singers behind the stage. So we have live elements hidden from the camera and fake elements happening right in front of our eyes. And that is what irritates me the most, and that shows that live music should in fact be made possible. What happens on stage should happen on stage live and not be faked. I personally don't need an orchestra, because I understand that this would have a lot of consequences that we are not aware of that complicate participations. And let's not forget that the last time an orchestra was involved, there were only 25 countries compared to 40 plus countries that are in the contest now. This does make quite a difference. So let's maybe forget the orchestra. But live music should be possible, in my opinion. When you bring instruments on the stage, they should be played live, just like the vocals are. Especially with things like Netta's Loop Machine or Joust's vocal sounds last year, the borders between instrument and vocals can get kind of blurry anyway. And another reason why I would like to hear live music elements is that, honestly, by the time of the live shows, there are no real surprises left for people like us that follow the contest all year long. By the time of the live shows, we already know all the songs by heart. We have seen the rehearsals, or we have read what they are planning to do. We know what the stage looks like, etc. So I would love the live show to be a little more unpredictable and to see some surprises. But what do you all think about this? Live music or no live music? Orchestra or no orchestra? Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions. as I said before, I'm planning to do a reaction video to the released German artists and maybe talk about Junior Eurovision as well. So if you'd like to see that, again, please subscribe to my channel. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and I see you very soon. Bye!